Hey guys, Tim and Kyle here with Dad Smoking Cigars.
We really hope you enjoy this newest episode of Fresh Review Friday.
So sit back, grab a cigar, and enjoy.
What's up, guys? You're watching Dad Smoking Cigars, and welcome to another edition of Fresh Review Friday. This is a very special edition of Fresh Review Friday because we are going to be giving you a sneak peek of what to expect at the Pacific Cigar Show.
Exactly. So you guys have heard us announce some of the different manufacturers that are going to be there. And if you're not aware of who all is going to be at the Pacific Cigar Show, go to pacificcigarshow.com and pick up your experience passes today. So this week on our Fresh Review Friday, we're going to actually cover a manufacturer that we have reviewed before, but this is a different cigar from them, and it's a partnership. Artesano Del Tobacco is going to be one of the manufacturers represented at the Pacific Cigar Show, but the guys from Luxury Cigar Club are going to be there as well, supporting them. And so what better way to kill two birds with one stone than to cover the Luxury Cigar Club Lancero exclusive by Artesano Del Tobacco. Let's check it out. All right, guys, this week's Fresh Review Friday, like we said a second ago, is the exclusive Lancero for Luxury Cigar Club by Artesano Del Tobacco, makers of the Viva La Vida and Viva La Vida Jester that recently came out. So what better way to check it out than with a cut and light?
See if we can get a little close look at there. I don't know how well it'll come out, but you got the Luxury Cigar Club exclusive band right there, and that is absolutely beautiful. We have a great relationship with Luxury Cigar Club. We've been pretty close with those guys for a while now.
They are good guys. That is for sure.
And we're very grateful to know them and have the kind of relationship we have with them, and we appreciate them to no end.
Absolutely. And of course, we are using our Vertigo Lotus products to cut and light our cigars because, in our opinion, there's nothing better to use.
Absolutely.
So let's go for some dried raw notes. Earthiness like the Toro that we did the review in.
But it's very bright.
Yeah, there is.
It's not, it does, because it sounds funny because, when you take like a dry draw or something off a cigar, you kind of get those dark, rich flavors.
No, this is like a sweeter earth.
Yes, it's got that little bit of that hint of sweet tobacco as well as that earthy flavor kind of mixed in with the usual like dried fruit, dates, or raisins that you get.
I'm not going to waste any time.
No, why would we?
Toasting the foot, the magical job.
Why? Why?
Because it makes it magically delicious. You're welcome.
I'm so not welcome. Absolutely awful.
That's good.
Oh my gosh, that's delicious. Just right off that first draw. My goodness.
And you get the earthiness, but I don't remember there being this much oakiness in the Toro as I'm picking up on this. There's an oaky woodiness to it.
There is, and there's still a really mild and still very present sweetness that I like a lot. I like it a lot. See, there you go. Made Tim happy with the Dumb and Dumber reference.
There you go.
Grapes. Yeah, I know, right? So, but no, absolutely delicious right off the bat. And I think this is actually the very first Lancero that I've ever smoked. I don't think I've had a Lancero before this that I can recall.
I don't know if I have either. We've had the Pencils by United, but we haven't had a true Lancero.
Yes, and we've had the Lonsdales. But we've never had,
which is just a little bit larger ring gauge
than a Lancero, but just barely. But this is, I think, the first true legitimate Lancero that both Tim and I have had, and I gotta say,
the Flacos, they're a Lonsdale.
I gotta say, I like I kind of like the feel of it. Love the flavor.
I feel so regal.
I feel so, yes. It's very luxurious, as the name implies. Luxury Cigar Club. Thank you guys so much, and we are grateful to have you as a part of the Pacific Cigar Show, as well as Artesano Del Tobacco. Tim and I honestly can't say how excited we are. It's just mind-numbingly insane to think that we're at this point, and we're grateful for all you guys' support. So,
and we still have manufacturers reaching out to us wanting to be a part of it. So
we do, and
we may be announcing some more soon. So stay tuned for that one.
Yes, but in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and smoke down this first third, and we'll be back with our thoughts after that.
See ya.
What's up, guys? We are back after the first third of the Viva La Vida Lancero exclusive by Luxury Cigar Club and Artesano Del Tobacco.
Yes.
And Tim, I don't think that we can say anything other than it's awesome.
It's very good.
Yep.
The flavor notes that we picked up on the light really have continued, and there's a little more of sort of a dark breadiness for me. There's the rich soil. There's all those flavors that we got on light up. But there's a little bit of a dark, rich breadiness that I'm really enjoying, and it's burning really well. The ash right there is going a little crazy on me.
Tim's ash is kind of fanning out a little.
There we go.
It's kind of
it was just starting to fall off.
Yeah. So now, Tim, would you say there is a difference between this and the Toro that we first tried together?
I would say there is. This has the sweeter notes that we talked about on the light up.
I remember with the Toro, just the
much more earthy.
Much more earthy, had some of those savory notes that I think we had. That was a little bit more towards the end. We might still get that with this. Yeah, I gotta say, it's I'm noticing the differences. It's a bit more subtly sweet.
There's a little char right there. I got a hint of it. I don't know if you're picking that up at all, but I got a little hint of a char, especially on the retrohale, and it's really good.
A little bit, yeah. I'm noticing what you're saying. Yeah.
It's and obviously size-wise, Lancero, it's sort of a junior size cigar, if you will.
Yeah.
But it's as though the flavors aren't muted, but they're almost more balanced.
Yes, I do believe there's a bit more of a balance to it, just because there was a lot of transition when we had the Toro. I remember there being a pretty good amount of transition, I think about halfway through.
Well, and the Toro is where we both picked up, or you picked up sort of a savory beef note.
I did, and it was about halfway through towards the back end of the cigar, and it was delicious. I loved every second of it. It was very, very good.
Yep.
Now, provided I was a little bit drunk towards the end of that.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Peanut butter whiskey, yep. It did us in pretty good that time around. And this time we're being a little bit more careful. And but
we are drinking whiskey.
We're drinking whiskey, but it's not as habit-forming as the peanut butter, I don't think.
No, it's
not as easily drinkable.
No, it's very good, but yes, not the same as peanut butter whiskey.
No, it is not.
By Screwball. But one of the things that we wanted to point out is a lot of people have heard about Artesano Del Tobacco. A lot of people have heard of the Viva La Vida line, their newly released Jester that came out. We heard a lot about Viva La Vida and Artesano Del Tobacco from a number of different people. But we were really pushed over the edge by Linda Baird.
Yes.
Before they were distributed by AJ Fernandez, and AJ's umbrella took them in for distribution. Linda was a rep for Artesano Del Tobacco and really did a phenomenal job with letting people know how good these cigars are, not were, but are. And so we wanted to just extend our thanks and gratitude to Linda and her husband Liam. Both are influencers and involved in the cigar industry. But Linda is a fantastic just person in the industry as a whole, great friend of ours. And we wanted to make sure that we gave credit where it was due. That she actually sent us our first couple. They were given away on a live that we did when Luxury Cigar Club, when Chris jumped on one of the lives and said, hey, I'll give a couple away to anybody that's listening right now. And so she ended up winning them, but because she was a brand ambassador for the line, she said, you know what, you guys haven't tried them yet, why don't you keep them? And we didn't want to keep them for ourselves because we don't want to come across as, oh, hey, somebody sent us something and so we're going to keep them.
Right.
But she was the person that really pushed us to the edge of trying Viva La Vida. We since, acquired some of our own, but she really is the person that we need to credit for getting us to really try Viva La Vida, because there are other people in a club that we belong to called Barrel Burners that were talking a lot about it, but at the end of the day, Linda was the one that pushed us over the edge for it, and we want to thank her for that. Absolutely. Because she lit a fire.
Yes, literally, and in other ways as well. So thank you, Linda, for that. But those are my thoughts for the first third. Delicious. It pairs very well with the whiskey we're drinking. That is for
absolutely
sure.
Yes, Suntory whiskey.
Suntory whiskey, and that also kind of elevates the flavors of the cigar, in my opinion. It kind of brings out a little bit more of that sweetness, that oakiness, and stuff like that.
The floral notes in the whiskey definitely help bring out a little bit more of the savory, sweet flavor notes, and it's starting to transition a little more as we're getting into the second third. But we won't give away any of those flavor notes and thoughts. We will make you come back in just a minute to find out what they are.
See you then. All right, guys. We are wrapping up the second third of the Viva La Vida Lancero exclusive from Luxury Cigar Club and Artesano Del Tobacco. And I got to say that we mentioned it in the last segment. We are noticing a number of differences from when we smoked the Toro. Now, I've had Viva La Vida, I would say including before this on like 4 separate occasions prior to this, because I had like the Toro, I had the Robusto, I had the Diademas, and I think one other. And they were all great experiences. I enjoyed the heck out of them. But I feel like this one stands out a little bit more just because there's a slight difference in flavor profile. It hasn't transitioned a crazy amount, but it really is just a delicious cigar, and it's still got some of that subtle sweetness. It's getting a little bit more of an oaky char as it goes on. There's a little bit of spice in the retrohale. Tim noticed it. I noticed it. And but yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. It's funny. I like the look and the feel of the cigar, just because, you and I at various points have had like those big fat cigars, the big long cigars, the really just, and I like those. I really do, especially
they
when
have their place.
They have their place, and especially when it's kind of a long, drawn-out smoke, which this is no exception. It is very much a long, drawn-out smoke because we started like around, I don't know, about an hour and a half ago, and we're still going.
Yeah, probably about that.
But it's a delicious cigar. I'm enjoying it a lot.
It's really good, guys. And some of the flavor notes, like Kyle mentioned, some of the char, some of the spiciness coming through on the retrohale. But I just a minute ago, there's the spiciness. But I picked up just on the last retrohale some of the caramely goodness, but almost a little bit of like a maple syrup to it.
Actually, yeah, you know what?
The sweetness of sort of like a caramely maple syrup kind of flavor note to it, with all the oakiness, and the
retrohale is lingering.
But the earthiness has taken much of a back seat for me. I'm not getting as much of the earthiness. I'm getting more of the oaky char woodiness with some of the sweeter maple. Now, it's not sweet candy wise, but there's a maple syrup flavor to it. And I'm not talking about the corn syrup flavored like maple syrup. I'm talking like the legitimate,
he's not talking
real
about the crap syrup.
Maple syrup.
The stuff you get from Canada, eh?
It's good.
But subtle maple flavor. Very much kind of the oaky, woody flavor profile. It's moved on from the earthy notes. But yeah, definitely getting some of those wood notes as you move along.
Yep.
And the retrohale is spicy.
It is.
And it lingers. I'm still feeling it like right up here.
And I'm not getting the savory meat kind of flavor like we did in the Toro.
Not even a little bit. Because I remember
there was a salty mineral kind of a note to it.
There was kind of that word we like to use, that minerality.
Yes, which we get from Martina Maya, who got it from Bob the Cigar Guy.
Yes, exactly. So there's none of that minerality in this particular Viva La Vida. It's still kind of maintaining that subtle sweetness, a little bit of that maple flavor with kind of the charred, oaky wood notes.
And the burn's doing great.
The burn's doing fantastic. It's staying pretty much almost razor straight. No canoeing, no tunneling, none of that. It's very well constructed, and I can only imagine how difficult it is to
put together a Lancero blend.
Because that is a small ring gauge to fit all of that tobacco in, and it is a strictly Nicaraguan cigar, if I'm not mistaken.
It is a 7x38, just so everybody's aware of what it is.
38. That is a skinny cigar, because Tim and I are usually used to smoking anywhere from like
50 to
52 on average, and that's kind of the typical ring gauge for your basic cigar, whether
your
it's
Robustos
or however
Toros.
What other type of Vitola you're smoking. But this is a skinny one, and I think I can use the quote for this one in particular because it applies. Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels.
Well, there you go.
In this case, only with the cigar. So, but no, it's fantastic. I'm loving it.
It is. I'll sum it up in a second.
Definitely, as the name implies, I'm definitely living the life right now.
Yes. And Luxury Cigar Club and Artesano Del Tobacco have knocked it out of the park with this one.
Beautiful partnership.
Yes, and following in true fashion with the original line, the Viva La Vida. We're yet to try the Jester, but we'll get some of those soon.
We'll get there.
Oh, yes.
We will absolutely get there because,
why not?
We have to.
Exactly.
It's a requirement at this point.
So those are our thoughts on the second third, guys. We're going to finish these up and come to you with our final third thoughts, as well as our final thoughts on this cigar. So we'll be back in just a second. Smoke output is plentiful. All right, guys, we're back in the final third of the Artesano Del Tobacco Viva La Vida Luxury Cigar Club exclusive Lancero.
He keeps hitting those mouthfuls pretty well.
And it flows pretty well.
Off the tongue pretty good.
It's because it was well named. But it's very good, guys. I just mentioned to Kyle a minute ago that the flavor notes have continued, but I've gotten much more. There's Piper. Woo! There's pepper on the tongue, that's for sure, for me getting into the final third. But there's also much more of the savory sort of caramel notes to it. The woodiness for me is almost completely gone. It's got a long finish, which is very good.
Yeah,
and it's a little bit there.
It's got more of a bready.
It is. It's much more of a good breadiness to it with that caramel, molassesy kind of flavor note. And it's really good, guys. I mean, we could go on and say really good, really good, really good a million times over. But you guys are getting the idea as to how much we're enjoying this exclusive cigar.
Yes.
And knowing the guys over at Luxury Cigar Club, having been able to talk with Billy with Artesano Del Tobacco, knowing that it's a bunch of really good people that got together to make a really good cigar.
Absolutely.
There's really no other reason to go out and support this boutique one-off, if you will, collaboration from the Artesano Del Tobacco's main core line. And if you guys are looking to purchase them, get in touch with Luxury Cigar Club. We'll put their contact information down in the details in the show notes in the description to reach out and get them. But you guys will definitely enjoy this cigar. And for those of you that think, oh, it's a Lancero, it's going to smoke quick, this has been easily about an hour, and we've been taking our time with it.
We've been about 2 hours.
It's been about an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours enjoying this cigar. But
Nice
it's because
slow
we've
burn.
been enjoying the cigar. We haven't been drawn on it too quick. We didn't want to tunnel. We didn't want to do anything. And the construction has been very good the entire time. I know we mentioned that in the second, third segment, but it has done very well.
And if it's gone out, it's because we've been talking too much.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't owe anything to the construction or how well it's put together, but it's gone out a few times for me only because I just, for whatever reason, decided to jaw jack in between segments. And
You don't need a reason to jaw jack.
No, exactly. I don't. I find any excuse whatsoever. And just talking and kind of relaxing and letting the cigar rest, and it happens, but that doesn't at all take away from the fact that this is a very well put together, very well blended, very well constructed cigar, and the flavor notes are on point. Very much enjoying this thing, and it's a bit of pleasure and a privilege. Honestly, the fact that we get to try it, the fact that we get to talk about it and review it, and get to plug these guys, both Artesano Del Tobacco and Luxury Cigar Club, two amazing brands that we've built a fantastic relationship with. And
to the point that they're going to be at the Pacific Cigar Show.
Exactly, which is what this episode is honestly all about.
Sneak peek of what you're going to find.
Exactly. So if you don't get to try it before the cigar show, and if you're going to, we really hope to see you guys there. Honestly, Tim and I can't express how much we want to see you guys there. The cigar community coming en masse, as many of you as possibly can, whether you are local to Peoria or you have the ability and the resources to be able to come out from wherever you're at, whether it's here in California or anywhere else in the United States. We really, really, really hope to see you guys there.
Absolutely.
Tickets are on sale. They are available for all of you, and we just really hope that very soon we're going to start seeing you guys just coming in and just the anticipation's building. We want to see you guys there. We want to hang out with you and have an experience. It's not so much that we want you to come to our events. That's not even really the motivation of it at all. We want to spend time with the cigar community at large. We get to connect with you on social media. We get to talk with you guys. There have been times where we've actually hung out with you guys in person, gotten to meet you guys.
And we love that.
We love that.
The cigars are community.
The cigars are community. That is the best part about being a part of the cigar community and doing what we do, it has just been an opportunity to connect and talk and relate and have those relationships and have those times where we can sit down, smoke, and talk about life and everything else in between.
Yep.
So that is honestly what the
Good
Pacific
breadiness.
Cigar Show. Yeah, I know. That is what this Pacific Cigar Show is all about. It is a boutique cigar experience. It is a cigar community experience. We want to see you guys there so we can spend time with you, talk with you guys, and hopefully meet a number of you guys that we've only ever talked with on social media and other platforms. We want to hang out with you guys very, very much, and we hope to see you guys there.
Yes, and we have made it known that if you have a group of 10 or more, we've got group rate discounts for you guys. And we would love to have, whether it's a cigar club that you belong to, talking to your chapter president or the main person that runs it,
we'll be putting out another
or whatever
video
it
very
is.
soon to detail what you need to do to get that group rate discount that's going to be coming out.
Yes.
I'm going to be putting that out this week.
But put together a group, guys, and come on out, because aside from enjoying the good cigars, the people that you're going to get to meet there, just everyday cigar smokers to brand new cigar smokers, and sharing your experiences, your thoughts, your lessons learned in the cigar journey that you've been through,
Yes.
to meeting people that are the main manufacturers and the heads of these lines and big influential people in those specific brands.
And they've all got great stories.
Yes,
Amazing
it's going to be
stories.
second to none. Typically, you're not going to get that kind of exposure to this many people in those boutique lines unless you go to a trade show.
Yes.
And there are great shows out there that'll do it, and we won't go through and name any of them. But there are great shows out there across the country that put on events where you can go and meet a particular person or this particular grouping, couple of people. We're going to be bringing out people from the different cigar lines that know the blends, that can elaborate on the different blends, talk about, oh, it's got this kind of leaf, or it's got Lancero in it, or it's got all the different things that you guys want to learn about them. You're going to be able to do, and the guys from Luxury Cigar Club are going to be there. And so if you guys are looking for a cigar subscription service, we are huge advocates for Luxury Cigar Club. They are the most luxurious cigar subscription around. And if you are at all curious about them, go to luxurycigarclub.com, look into them, and select which membership package, because they put out some of the most amazing compilations of cigars monthly shipped to you.
And a lot of hidden gems too, because that was one of the reasons why we appreciate them so much, is because they really love the boutique cigar industry. And there are so many cigars out there that you may not have heard of, because we all have our favorites, we all have our preferences.
Sure.
There are the big names, there are the heritage names and things like that, and they all have their place. But the wonderful thing is that Luxury Cigar Club really taps into the boutique cigar niche, and they will try to get you some of those cigars that you may never have heard of, never even seen or tried, that may not necessarily be available at your local brick and mortar, but will get you into those names and brands and make you even get in touch with your brick and mortar, so that way they'll actually carry them.
Well, and the cool thing about them is, after they're done with their subscription, whatever's in that box for the month, whether you're getting their 3, 4, 5 cigars for the month, is they have overstock in many of those cigars that you can buy from them and hit them up and say, I want this cigar and I want that one, or ones that maybe you can't find locally. Go on their website and go, hey, I've always wanted to try Fuente Eye of the Shark, or I've always wanted to try Bahique, or I've always wanted to try all these other ones. And yes, those are from 2 heritage lines. But maybe you want to try a Bandolero by United, or maybe you want to try a bunch of different ones, or maybe you want to try something from Artesano Del Tobacco. They are a great source to go to pick up those cigars that may not be easy for you to find, especially if you live in an area where you don't have a lot of brick and mortars around.
And a lot of these brands are coming to where we reside in California and stuff like that. And if you live in a state where they're not available, you never know. You might be the catalyst to actually bring those brands and those names to your local brick and mortar. And that is one of the beautiful things about Luxury Cigar Club, is they turn people on to brands they may have never tried, and next thing you know, they're being carried at your local brick and mortar. And we've seen it happen. It's happening here in California. There's no reason to believe why it wouldn't. No reason to believe why it wouldn't happen where you live as well. So definitely connect yourself with Luxury Cigar Club. Subscribe to their excellent service, and tap into some cigars you may have never tried and never seen before, and get to enjoy. And that is one of the beautiful things about being part of this community. Why we do what we do here at Dad Smoking Cigars, is we get to connect with people who represent brands that are right now currently taking the industry by storm, and that's why they are going to be at the Pacific Cigar Show, because we've seen them do just that, and we've enjoyed, and we have just nothing but admiration and appreciation for all these amazing brands. So please connect with Luxury Cigar Club. Please go to PacificCigarShow.com, register for your tickets. We want to see you guys there so bad, honestly. It's just the anticipation of who we might see and who we might get to connect with and talk with.
And we're hearing from you guys every day about, I'm trying to work out the logistics, or you know what, I'm going to wait till next payday and I'm going to buy one of the VIP passes. You know, I talked with someone on the phone a couple days ago, and he said, you know what, I'm in Utah, but I'm probably going to be getting one of the VIP passes, so I need to make sure I jump on and get that taken care of. And so we just want to hang out with you guys.
There's plenty of space available, guys. The tickets are all waiting for you, so please come to PacificCigarShow.com. Choose your experience package, and we can't wait to see you there. We can't wait to hang out with you guys. We can't wait to have that experience with you.
Exactly. So those have been our thoughts. Let's give our rating on this cigar in true form for us as Dad Smoking Cigars.
Yes.
So for me with this one, I believe I rated the Toro at a 91, and you were at a 93 for that one.
Yes.
So we averaged out at a 92.
Mm-hmm.
For this one, I liked how it had, how it had some of the more subtle notes, some of the more sweetness, the sweeter tobacco, the caramel notes, all those kinds of things, which I tend to gravitate towards with a good Habano cigar.
Yeah,
and
Habano or even a mild cigar.
And I really enjoyed this. So for me, I would probably put this probably at about, I wouldn't give it a solid 90, 91, right there with the Toro. But I'm actually going to I'm going to put it at a 92 for this one, only because I've picked up more of the caramel notes, more of the maple notes, all those different things, which I absolutely love in cigars.
Yes.
So that's going to be my score, is a 92.
You know what? I think I'm pretty much on the same wavelength as you. Is a solid 92 for me, because it is. I mean, Viva La Vida is just, it's a breed all its own. It is a wonderfully blended cigar, and I can't express my appreciation for the artistry of cigar blending. And when it comes to what the guys at Viva La Vida have done,
Billy and Gus knocked it out of the park.
It's phenomenal, and it lives up to the hype. You know, from when we first heard about it to when we finally got that last bit of push to finally try it. And we are honestly, and I know I speak for Tim when I say we're sold for life, and we will smoke these. They will always be a part of our rotation.
Yes.
They will never, ever leave our rotation in terms of just, we enjoy them every single time. I will smoke these until the day I die.
There you go. So those are our thoughts on the very wordy Artesano Del Tobacco Viva La Vida Luxury Cigar Club exclusive Lancero.
We're not wordy.
No, never. So those are our thoughts. We are the Dad Smoking Cigars. For Kyle, I'm Cigar Show Tim. As always, we'll see ya. And now your latest installment of Son of a Dad Messed Up Again. All right, guys.
Sorry. I was grinning at the camera like a damn idiot. All right, sorry. Please continue. If you can.
I didn't even get half a word out. Sorry.
I'm Kyle. Yeah, it takes a bound.
Oh, jeepers. And we haven't even opened up the... Oh, that's going to have to turn off. Last time it was my doorbell. This time it's the scanner.
I have faculties.
According to the one where we did the peanut butter whiskey and tried to finish the Viva La Vida, you said...
And right now I am summoning every single faculty I have in the midst of being a little drunk. Yeah, the faculty was at lunch or something with all that alcohol. So anyway.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Pretty much.
Sorry. No, I'm going to move this out of the way.
Tim's sorry, guys. He's very sorry.
For multiple reasons.
And that wraps it up for this edition of Mother Dad Messed Up Again. Hey guys, thank you again for tuning into Dad Smoking Cigars. We really hope you enjoyed this episode.
Don't forget to check out dadsmokingcigars.com. Follow us on Instagram at dads_smoking_cigars, and follow at Pacific Cigar Show. We'll see ya.